Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty cool. The idea that the most important story in the world, yep, the story of you, can actually be decoded using just a few simple numbers. So let me just ask you this. What if your birth date and your name weren't just random? What if they held a kind of hidden code? A code that, once you unlock it, could show you who you really are, the path you're meant to be on, and even how other people see you. Well, that's pretty much the promise of numerology. At its core, it's a system that uses numbers as a key to unlock human behavior. And look, it's not so much about heavy-duty math, it's more about using your intuition, about seeing the connection between the energy of planets and our own personalities, all through the language of numbers.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? Let's get into the basics of numerology. And you'll probably be surprised by how straightforward the main rules really are.
It all boils down to the numbers 1 through 9. Seriously, that's it. In this system, these are the only numbers that truly matter. Every single other number, I don't care how big it is just a variation that can always be brought back to one of these 9 core digits. And getting any number down to its root is super simple. You literally just add its digits together. So let's take the number 28. You add 2 plus 8, and you get 10. Okay, that's still 2 digits, so we just do it again. 1 plus 0 equals 1. And that's it. That simple little piece of math is the key to pretty much everything we're going to talk about.
Now, this is where it starts to get really interesting. See, each number isn't just a digit. It has its own personality. And that's because each one is tied to the energy of a specific planet or celestial body. So number 1 is ruled by the sun, number 2 by the moon. And you'll see Rahu and Ketu in there, which are important points in the moon's orbit in Vedic traditions. Each one gives its number a totally unique vibe.
All right, you've got the basics down. Now, let's make this about you. We're going to look at the 3 key numbers that make up your personal numerological code.
First up is your psychic number. To get this, you just look at the day of the month you were born. So if you were born on the 28th, you do that little calculation. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Your psychic number is 1. This number is all about you, from your perspective. It's your inner self, your basic character, what you want out of life.
Next, we have the destiny number. For this one, you add up your entire date of birth, the day, the month, and the year, and then, you guessed it, reduce it down to a single digit. This number is fascinating because it's all about how the world sees you. It's your life's path, the karma you're dealing with, the road you're meant to walk. And finally, there's your name number. Now, this one's calculated from the name people actually call you. So maybe it's your first name, maybe it's a nickname you've had forever. This number is all about your social self. It affects your relationships, your career, and just how you get along with other people. All right, to see how all these pieces fit together, let's do a little case study. We're going to take a deep dive into the number 1, also known as the leader. So the trick is to always connect the number back to its planet. Number 1 is ruled by the sun. And just think about the sun for a second. It's the powerful, proud center of our whole solar system, right? It's a life force. Well, it's no surprise that a number 1 person channels that exact same energy. We're talking leadership, creativity, ambition. They're born individualists. So this means someone with a psychic number of 1 is described as having a strong individuality. And yeah, they need a lot of attention and respect. But it's not just about ego. They're also seen as creative and inventive and tend to have these really positive and optimistic attitudes. They're the ones bringing fresh ideas to the table. And this is where it gets really practical. Numerology gives you actual advice to help you vibe with your number's energy. So, for a number 1, wearing colors like orange and gold, or maybe launching a big project on a Sunday can actually help. It even gives you hints about relationships, suggesting things will be pretty smooth with a Jupiter-ruled number 3, but maybe a little tricky with the Saturn-ruled number 8. So, we've seen how it works, we've looked at an example, but what's the real point of all this? I mean, it goes way deeper than just listing personality traits. It's really about finding a path to self-awareness. When you get right down to it, the whole purpose of working with these numbers is to save your energy. Think about it. When you really understand your own nature, you can make better choices. The right job, the right friends, the right projects. You stop wasting your energy trying to swim against the current and start just going with your own natural flow. And that, right there, is the biggest takeaway. This isn't about predicting some fixed, unchangeable future. It's a tool for getting to know yourself. It gives you a way to understand both your strengths and your weaknesses. And, maybe most importantly, a way to accept them, not just in yourself, but in other people too. And you got to remember, our little deep dive into number 1, that was just one chapter. Every single number, from 1 to 9, has its own incredibly rich story, its own ruling planet, and its own unique advice for getting through life. Each one is a totally different piece of the puzzle.
So, you've got the tools now. You can figure out your psychic, destiny, and name numbers. The only question left is, what amazing story are they waiting to tell you?